What's up, YouTube? It's the Action Figure Grader coming back to you with part 2 of the CGC unboxing. Part 1 debuted this weekend, and as you guys know, I sent in 40 books, 40 comic books to CGC for a 9.8 pre-screen. So I showed you half of them roughly in the first video, and I've got the second half, and we're going to start with a doozy. This was a gift from Boss Bounty on YouTube. I think we all know who that is by now. But he sent me this as a gift, and this is Dr. Aphra #1, the first comic from the first solo series for Dr. Aphra. And just the regular cover for this book is very, very desirable. One just actually sold this morning for about $180 in a 9.8 grade for Dr. Aphra #1, just the standard cover. Well, this is the very desirable John Tyler Christopher action figure cover variant with black chrysanthemum on the cover, and mine got a 9.8. It got a 9.8 grade. I feel bad because Tim sent one in for himself, and his got a 9.6. Mine got the 9.8. I'm sorry, Tim. Thank you very much for this amazing gift, because this is only one of 23 9.8s on the census, and it's Black Chrysanthemum's JTC cover, and it's also the first comic from Dr. Aphra's solo series. So it's an important book, and wow, I mean, just an incredible gift. Five of the 6 JTC action figure covers that Tim sent me as a gift hit the 9.8 grade after pressing and cleaning. So it's just an unbelievably generous gift, and I can't thank you enough. Next up, we have this one. This is Free Comic Book Day from 2021, Viz Media. So, every summer, most of the major comic lines and publishers do what's called Free Comic Book Day. And they give out at local comic shops different free comics. I didn't get this as a free comic. I got this on eBay from my trusted seller, AnZComics. The link to his eBay store will be in the video description for this video. That's where I buy all my raw comics. So the local comic shop that's here in Tennessee, in Nashville, is terrible. It's just not a great shop. So I just trust him for getting really clean copies. But this is Free Comic Book Day 2021. Now, this is like a 2-part. It's got 2 different stories inside this one. It's got The Edge of Balance is one of the stories, and that's what you see on the cover there. Edge of Balance is the origin of Baze Malbus and Chirrut Imwe from Rogue One, so you can see them there. This is their origin comic. It's also the first full appearance of Stellan Gios from the High Republic era. He's a pretty important hero and Jedi Master. It's also the first appearance of Master Arkoff, Lyra Fionn, and Nima. I don't know who they are, but apparently they're probably Jedi, if I had to guess. But this is like a manga-style comic for the other one. It's called The Guardians of the Wills. Guardians of the Wills. So it's 2 parts. It's Guardians of the Wills with the origin for Baze and Chirrut, and then The Edge of Balance, which is the other one. So pretty cool book. So Free Comic Book Day, got it graded just because it's got a lot of different first appearances in there. And then this is the other copy that I got. So I got 2 copies in the 9.8 grade, and I actually did have a 3rd copy, but I traded that to Tom Hogan, Patreon member, and he traded me a Walmart exclusive High Republic #1. So I sent him one of these along with another book as part of our trade. Next up from this batch, we have Black Panther #166. This is from December of 2017. I got this in a Walmart 3-pack of all things, and this is a lenticular cover that has a Hulk 340 cover swipe along with a Black Panther with his claw. And so this is Claw appearance, the origin of Claw retold, and Incredible Hulk 340 cover homage. So pretty cool book. It's a lenticular, it changes as you kind of turn it. But I got this in a Walmart 3-pack, and this goes actually for about $75 to about $85 in a 9.8. So I figured I might as well go ahead and get this one graded. So it's a lot easier to get a 9.8 grade in like foil covers or these lenticular covers, because they use thicker cardstock for making those lenticular covers. So anyway, that one did get the 9.8, and I'll probably resell that one on my eBay store page, and the link to my eBay store page is in the description for this video. Next up, I had a Moon Knight #3 again. I got 4 of these in the 9.8. I sent in 4, and all 4 of them hit. So I think I showed 2 in the last batch, but this is the first appearance of Hunter's Moon, who is like a protagonist in the latest Moon Knight run of Volume 3, or not Volume 3, but a newest volume from 2021. Lots of good stuff that is happening in this latest volume of Moon Knight. And so that's the first appearance of Hunter's Moon. And so that's the 3rd copy, and then this is the 4th copy. So 4 out of 4, thanks to AnZComics. I got some really clean examples, and these go for about, in the first print with the standard cover A, these go for about 75 to maybe as high as 100. There's also a 1 in 25 ratio variant that is much more expensive. It goes for about $175 to $200 for the 1 in 25. And then there's also a red color splash Walmart edition that it looks very similar to this, except the bottom of that has like a red color splash. But a great book to have, and you know, who knows if anything happens with Hunter's Moon, but I just love that cover. Next up is a book that I have talked about previously, and I had a 1 or 2 of these in the last box from CGC, but this is War of the Bounty Hunters, Jabba the Hutt #1, the Chang variant cover. This book has taken off. It has taken off. The 1 in 25 version of this book just sold for $325, believe it or not. And this book, according to Cover Price, the number of sales is up 700% this month, or this week, excuse me. So this book has really taken off, and I'm lucky enough to have a bunch of these. But this is the first comic book appearance of Diva Lompop. I think it might have got mentioned on Jim's Comics, which I think is a comic YouTuber. I don't know him, but apparently he mentioned this book as one to look out for. And so here is another one, and then I traded another one to Tom Hogan for that Walmart, and then here's another one, and then finally I've got the 4th one. So great book to think about if you are into first appearances. But this is the first cover and the first comic appearance and first appearance anywhere of Diva Lompop, the Bounty Hunter. Next up, I have a few more Dark Ages #1. Again, this is the first appearance of a new enemy called the Unmaker. He's kind of like a Colossus, or, you know, a really big enemy. And I've heard that there's rumors that they're going to do like a mini series with it, but we'll see. We'll see. It just hasn't taken off like I expected it to. But this is the cool Scotty Young variant cover. He always does kind of like alternate covers, as I mentioned in my last video. It's just kind of like a cool Spider-Man with dark colors. I love the purple with the black. And the Unmaker, I guess, shut down all electronics and electricity and all internet and everything else in the storyline to begin with. So that's what's being hinted at there. And then I've got a second one here. I got like that. So that's really cool. And then next, we've got the cover A. This is my favorite cover, actually. This is an awesome, look at that epic cover. That is epic. You got Spider-Man, you got Black Panther, and I don't know who the rest of these. I think it looks like Iron Man, but I don't know. But a pretty awesome cover for Dark Ages #1. So that's the cover A. And I think this is also, there's a costume redesign for Apocalypse and for Vision. And then also it's the first time that Miles Morales binds or bounds with the alien symbiote that creates Venom. So a lot happens in this book, and I'm just really surprised that people haven't gravitated towards picking up a copy for their collection, but it really hasn't taken off that much. And then I've got another copy or another issue A, cover A, I mean. And then here is the Inhuck Lee. I showed this one in the last unboxing, so I won't take this one out, but this is another really nice cover that shows a wounded Captain America, Spider-Man, and one of the Fantastic Four. I guess that's the Torch. And pretty nice Inhuck Lee variant cover. So that is some more Dark Ages comics. Next up, we have The Monster of Temple Peak. This is another High Republic era book. This is from IDW. It falls within the Star Wars High Republic Adventures line. I think it's a 4-part series. And what's important about this book, I'm sure you guys remember as from my different books that I recommend buying, this is one of them. This is the first appearance of Ty York. she is kind of like a fallen, or, you know, she left the Jedi Academy and now she's like a mercenary. She's kind of Han Solo-esque, a little bit of Dr. Aphra in her, but she's more of a mercenary slash monster hunter. And so this is kind of her introduction. And this book has also taken off. I've seen these sell for as high as $130 in a 9.8, which is pretty big. Now, the negative is I sent in 4 of these, and I was hoping to get a bunch of 9.8s because I was a big believer in this book. And this, unfortunately, was the only one that hit the 9.8. So I sent in 40 books, and of the 40, the 3 rejects were all Monster of Temple Peak. So I was really bummed, but I'm not too surprised because it's a very, very dark cover. Look how dark that cover is. IDW tends to ship their books to local comic shops really well. And the paper quality and print quality is a lot better than Marvel books. But for whatever reason, the ones I had did not hit the 9.8. There's just so much darkness right here. So any kind of spine tick would show up on this book. But anyway, at least I got one. I got one 9.8. But it would have been nice to have... it would have been nice to get all 4 of them in a 9.8, because this book has really taken off, and, you know, it sells for anywhere from, on the low end, kind of like $70 to $80, but I've seen as high recently as $130 for this book. So people are definitely catching on that Ty York is an important character within the High Republic universe. Next up is Star Wars: The High Republic Adventures Free Comic Book Day. And this is kind of the beginning of the next volume of High Republic Adventures books, or, you know, the next series of stories. And this is the first appearance of Ram Jamaram, who is a Jedi. Also the first appearance of Ram Jamaram's droid called V-18, as well as an ally named Tip. So there's like 3 or 4 first appearances in this book. And again, it was a Free Comic Book Day book that came out kind of in August. And pretty decent cover. It's not my favorite, but I don't tend to like most of the High Republic Adventures covers, but it's not bad. It's not bad. And so that's that one. And then I actually did get 2. Both of them came back in the 9.8. So if those characters take off at all within the High Republic stories, it's nice to have a couple of those first appearances. Finally, to round out this video and this box of comics that arrived back from CGC, is War of the Bounty Hunters Bausch #1. I think the other box had a few of these as well, but I got 2 covers. I've got the standard cover as well as the Phil Noto variant cover. I don't know which one I like better. What do you guys think? I tend to really like both of these, to be honest with you. I kind of like how this one's presented. She looks pretty awesome, and I like the fact that she's holding the thermal detonator just like Leia did in that scene in Return of the Jedi when she's in Bausch's disguise. But anyway, if you don't remember from the video this weekend, this is the first full comic book appearance of Bausch. Bausch did appear in a Star Wars Adventures book from, I don't remember exactly when it was. I want to say it was 07 or 08, somewhere in there. But that was it. It was a very, very brief cameo. This is the first full appearance. It goes into Bausch's origin, the crew that Bausch works with. And so that's that cover. That's the standard A cover. And I've got 2 of those. So that's pretty cool. I actually did have 3 of these, but one of those did go off to a certain somebody as a gift. And then this is the... I don't know. I really like this cover a lot, too. This is a great cover. Pretty cool cover. This is the Phil Noto variant cover. And it's pretty awesome. That's a pretty awesome cover. I don't know. Again, I still can't decide which one I like better. But I got that one, and then I had 2 of the Phil Noto variants. There is also a 1 in 25 that I do not have that is really nice as well. That one is pretty pricey, though. You're talking probably about $100 to $150 for the 1 in 25 variant. But these haven't taken off yet. But if we see Bausch at all at some point in some live action, you can expect that these books will take off similar to how Black Chrysanthemum did in the Book of Boba Fett. So anyway, that's all I really had for this video. I hope that you enjoyed looking at all of these awesome comic books that returned from CGC. I did pretty well. And again, I do have an eBay store set up that will be in the link below for some of my graded comics. And I also put a link in the video description to AnZComics, who I buy all of my comic books from on eBay. I don't have a sponsorship or anything with them. I just believe in passing along good sellers when I find them. And he is definitely the go-to guy for any new release comic books, Star Wars or otherwise. I mean, he has everything. So thanks again for watching, and I'll be back soon.